Hi and welcome to a very quick review looking at the Mini Instax LiPlay. I have already done a review comparing this to the newer Evo, so feel free to take a look at that. So what is a hybrid camera? It is a Bluetooth printer, so you can print via your tablet or phone via the app. It's also a digital camera, so you can print directly from the camera as well and take pictures on here. So that's what makes it a hybrid. As you can see, it has one shutter button here, so it's kind of designed for you to hold it in a portrait mode. It would have been nice for them to put another button for landscape mode. The button here is the sound function button, which I'll talk about a bit later. This is what makes it unique compared to all their other hybrid cameras. I went for gold and black, but you can also get this in grey and black, stone white. I think there's also a gold version as well. Here you've got a selfie mirror. It's quite effective, so it's good to have that. You've got an LED flash. Obviously LED flashes aren't as good as traditional flashes, so the range is only about 2 meters. The sensor itself is only 1/5 of an inch, so you're only ever going to get images of around 5 megapixels. So if you compare images on your computer of a modern phone or a normal digital camera, it will look more pixelated. The reason for this, I think, is because FujiFilm view it as a means to print onto small film, so there's no need to have the higher resolution. But that is something to note. You will notice a difference there. At the bottom here, you've got a charging port, so you get a USB without the plug in the box. I think it's purely for charging, so I don't think you can transfer images over via the USB. For this reason, I do recommend an SD card, which goes in here. It's the easiest way of transferring images over from the camera to a computer, so you're going to need an SD card reader to do that. You also get a basic strap as well. Here on the top here, you've got the microphone and speaker on-off button, and these are presets for frames, so you can upload frames that aren't currently on the camera via the app to your camera, which I'll show you later. This is where the film comes out. This is the lever to put your film in. To open the back, I won't open it because I've got film in there currently and I'll ruin it. You've got some basic buttons here. The screen is only just about acceptable. It's half the resolution of the Evo, and things do appear brighter than when you go to print, but I'll show you that later. Yeah, unfortunately it's missing a tripod hole, and also the battery's built in, which is a shame, so it's not easy to replace the battery. Okay, so now I'll just quickly show you the sound function. So when you go to press this button, it brings it up. What it does, it records 10 seconds of sound. So if I take a picture, I just confirm that, and you've got the icon in the corner there to let you know you're in sound mode. Okay, I must say actually, these cameras, they do say the range is 10 centimeters to infinity, but you can get much closer than that. I think currently I'm about 5 centimeters, so it has got a very good macro range. So okay, let's just take that. So what this is doing right now is it is actually recording me. I can stop the recording by pressing that if you didn't want 10 seconds. And then what you do is you put your QR code onto the image. You can put it in either corner. And then you print, and the QR code is on the image. And what this does is when you go and connect to your app, it will upload it to the app, and then it will upload to a server the sound file. So the person you give the picture to can then scan the QR code and play back that sound, so you could add a message like happy birthday. But it isn't on the server forever. You also get a copy of the sound file saved to the SD card along with a JPEG file. So that's how that works. It's quite easy to use. It's a bit gimmicky, but some people may like having the option of just adding a short message. So to bring up images you've already taken, you just press play, and you can actually play back the sound clip. So what this is doing right now is... So you can do that. Another thing you can do is you can also zoom in on your image. So it's like a post image digital zoom almost. You can't do it before, but you can do it after, so you can like move it and do things like that. Other things you could do is you can erase the sound and then re-record if you wanted to, or if you got an image without any sound, you can also record a sound file onto that and then print it with the QR code. This is a new added feature with the latest firmware upgrade. I think this is currently on 3.01. Printed image transfer, what that is you can upload images you've printed from the camera to your tablet or phone via the Bluetooth, but you can't do it for images you haven't printed. I know that sounds very odd, but I'll explain that a bit later. You can also erase, image rotate and copy. And in terms of the main menu, if I go back to shooting mode, okay. You've got autofocus illuminator. You can change the exposure, so you can make your images darker or lighter. You can also change your recording settings so that it records just before and after you press the shutter button, or you can do it after. This, you can change the default position of the QR code and also the QR code color. This is also a new addition with the latest firmware, print brightness, which is actually quite useful because images can appear brighter on the screen than when you go to print them, and I'll show you what I mean later. And you've got your usual things, so you can add a date stamp, you can adjust the volume and do things like that as well. And in terms of the menu pages, as you're composing your shots, you can suppress the flash, and you can also have a timer as well. You can add frames. There's 10 frames actually built into the camera. I'll just quickly show you them. And yeah, there's more frame options through the app that you can upload to the preset buttons, which I'll show you later. So this here is like light leak effects. Okay, the frames you can apply either before or after you've taken the image. You've also got 6 filters. It's a lot less than what you get on the Evo, but they're quite good filters. Let me just get into focus. There you go. So if you press down, you've got stylish, vivid, fisheye, poster, black and white, sepia. Yeah, so there is only 6, unfortunately, but I think my favourite is black and white. Okay, and to print images, you just literally press the print button. You can either print it with the QR code if there's a sound clip associated, or you could just print the image. So it is quite easy to use. Okay, I want to quickly show you what I meant about the image appearing brighter on the screen. So this is actually an image I've printed, and as you can see, it does print quite sharp. I think it artificially sharpens the image so you can see all the bricks. There's quite good detail there, but one issue I have noticed is things can get kind of lost in shade, so you can't really see the green of the grass or the gravestones like you can on the camera. But like I said, now there is the option to lighten your images with the latest firmware upgrade. So that could be worth trying. I find, yeah, with dull images, this was quite a dull day. It's maybe not as good as, say, printing an image on a bright day, which is colourful. So that is one thing to note there. Now I'll just quickly show you the app. So one of the main benefits of this camera is you can use it as a Bluetooth printer. And to do that, if you go to direct print, you can select images from your gallery, and then you can also adjust it slightly so you can crop, rotate. There's 2 filters, monochrome and sepia. You can also change the brightness, the contrast and the saturation. And then you just press print. So it's easy as that. It's really simple to use. Sound, this is where the images you've printed with a sound clip will be uploaded. I haven't got any on here, so that's why it's blank. You've got remote shooting, which is pretty cool actually. What you can do is you can use your tablet or your phone as a remote control. So you've got like live view. So you can see my hand there. You can then take the image by pressing this button here. You can also turn the flash on and off, and also set the timer. I won't print this. Then you just press print. The shortcut feature is actually pretty good because you can get more choices of frames and you can save them to the preset button. So if I select preset 1, and I will select this one, and then if I set it to the preset, if I press set, and then this gets uploaded to the camera, and what you can do is you just press the preset button and it will come up. So you can save up to 3. So if I press 1, and there's that frame. So there is the option to add more frames if need be. Transfer images. Yeah, this is a bit odd because obviously you can only transfer images from the camera to your tablet that you've printed. So I'll just show you what I mean by that. If I get up the menu, you go to printed image transfer, and it shows you the images you have printed from the camera. And to transfer, you select it and then you press that, and then it will transfer over. And what it does, it adds like the Instax frame around it. I think it is a shame they haven't allowed you to do this with images you haven't printed, because I know a lot of people don't have computers or SD card readers, so it is a shame they don't allow you to do that. And obviously you've got your settings as well, so it's a really easy app to use. So would I recommend this camera, say, over the Evo? It depends. The recommended retail price is £150. I would hope that you could maybe get that for lower now that the Evo is going to be released. Either in a sale or a second hand, it is still worth considering, because the Evo is going to cost you about at least £190, I would say. I don't quite know the recommended retail price of that yet. But in terms of using the app, it's very much the same experience. The only difference with the Evo is you've got more options, like you've got the rich mode and natural mode for printing, and I find that does print out the colours better on a dull day. But in terms of sharpness of the images, there isn't really any difference. They do say the Evo can print twice the resolution as the LiPlay when you print directly from the camera, but to be honest, you don't really see that because the image is so small anyway. I didn't really notice too much of a difference. So if you want to be more creative and have more filters and you can afford the bit extra, it may be worth waiting for the Evo, because obviously there's only 6 filters on this camera. But I know a lot of people are not too worried about that. And one thing you can do, obviously, you can add filters via your phone, say an iPhone, which has loads of filters, then you can print it. So there are different ways around that issue. So yeah, it is still worth considering. Plus you get the sound function. Personally, I wouldn't miss it, but some people may like that added feature. So let me know what you think. I have written reviews on hybrid camera, on all Instax hybrid cameras. I'll put a link in the description. And I also put links to my other videos that feature the LiPlay against the Evo. Okay, thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.